Hi, this is Pastor Brother Todd again, and I went back to Chicago. I was there for about 4 days before I flew out over here to Phuket, Thailand, and talked to some of my friends there. My buddy named Dave, and he said, Todd, maybe you shouldn't start saying Pastor Brothers because that could give a negative connotation. I'm like, not really, because a lot of people know what a Pastor Brother is. He said, well, they could think you're one of those sex tourists. I said, sex tourists are not going to go after the women we go after. They just come in for a short time and just leave. People want to label us that, but if they look it up, they know that's not what we are. We're just a couple guys who are trying to find a place to live first, and then we find a woman to stay with, marry, have a family and kids. They're just jealous or envious because they can't do the same thing. Or that some of the women are jealous and are just pissed off because they feel like we're putting them down. They feel that we're making them feel less. Anyway, this video is mostly about or addressing the women subscribers of my channel. The last video I put out was the shorter version of the video I put out about Filipino women. And I got a few interesting comments. And I realized after a couple of days that some of the people who made comments may have been women, because I'm not caught it. Guys don't think that way. Guys will never say that stuff. So I would like to address some of the issues. Oh, by the way, before I forget, I keep forgetting, the lady who called me handsome in one of the comments, thank you, I appreciate that. That was very nice of you. Okay, now back to the comments. Okay, one of the comments said that, do I really want a woman who's desperate enough to marry any man? She also said that that's kind of twisted and thirsty to drive all the way out there 2 hours into the rural or the province areas just to find a woman. Another comment says that that you're taking advantage of them being poor with all your money and everything else. Okay, I like to address all of this stuff. This is because a lot of it don't make any damn sense. A lot of it is not even logical. Okay, number one, we're taking advantage of all these poor women and their situation, right? That's not even logical in any kind of way. I mean, how are we taking advantage of them? They're adults. They can choose if they want to be with us or they don't want to be with us. If we leave, they still stay in a poverty. They still may not be able to pay to have their kids go to school. Because in Asia, you got to pay to have your kids go to school. There is no public education. So from kindergarten, grade school, and high school, you got to pay for all of that stuff, all right? Yeah, there is some public health services like in the Philippines called Phil Health, but it's not all that great. You still got to pay, your co-payment and everything else. And a lot of people don't have the money to do that. So if we come in and we're a nice guy, and most pastor brothers are nice, good, decent men, and we say, hey, we think you're pretty, would you like to marry us? And they say yes, great. And then we're also gonna say, well, you're a sex tourist. Sex tourists are not asking you women to marry them. Sex tourists are not asking you women to marry them. Sex tourists are coming in for one type of woman, one type of girl who works in the professional service industry. They're not going out dating these girls. They're going out for a specific type of woman and not in the other areas. And they've been doing that for longer than I've been alive. And they're gonna keep doing it. Passport brothers is just a new term for the same old thing that's been going on for before I've been alive. Men going overseas and finding a male older bride. It's just making it easier now. And instead of going overseas, coming back to America, we're staying in those particular countries. So we're not taking advantage of these women in any kind of way. We're just saying that, hey, we're here, we're gonna stay, we're good, decent men, we'd like to marry us, have a family with us, grow old together, and just travel through life together. If they say yes, great. If they say no, it's up to them. And they can just keep moving on. So there's no kind of way we are taking advantage of them. We're not forcing them to do anything. Right now, they're surviving. They're feeding themselves. They got a roof over their heads. So all we're offering them is maybe, because a lot of us don't really have a lot of money, maybe a little bit of a better life. Maybe a chance not to struggle so much. Maybe a chance not to be so lonely. To know that when we have children, that we'd be able to pay for the children's education from kindergarten through grade school through high school, and maybe into college. So what we have to offer is pretty much a lot for a lot of these women. And most of us are good, decent men who's not going to cheat, who's not going to go out there and be partying and having a good time and everything else. We're going to be at home with our wives and with our family. And because we appreciate that. That's what pastor brothers are. Okay? Now, the other one said, well, you men are kind of thirsty. You know, when she said I was driving out 2 hours just to go see a woman or just have a chance and a date a beautiful woman. Men have been doing that all. You know, that's how men are built. We have always done that. That's what men do. We pursue. For example, the Greek story of Helen of Troy, who king lost 1,000 ships just to get his woman back, right? Men pursue. That's what we do. Driving 2 hours out there, that's what we do. Pastor brothers flying 10,000 miles overseas to Asia or to South America or to Eastern Europe. That's what men do. We pursue. All right, so driving an extra 2 hours after flying 10,000 miles ain't nothing. You know, we pursue. We pursue the girl, ask her on a date, pay for the date, right? Or to get to that particular point, we got to build ourselves up. We have to get a better job, you know, go to the gym, lose weight, get a better education so we can make more money, and then get a better and better girl. So driving 2 hours is not thirsty. That is what men do. That's what we always have done. That's what every man does around the world. We have to build ourselves up in order to get a better girl. That's just the way life is. No matter what country you go, you are in, and what your nationality is. Okay. Then the other comment was that what's she say? Do I really want a woman who are so desperate enough that she'll marry anyone? Yes. Well, remember, men pursue. If we don't have to do that much work to get the girl that we want to, it sounds like a pretty good deal to us, you know. So she's pretty, and she's nice, and she's kind, and she's want to marry us and help us build a family and have kids and grow old together. We don't have to do all of that work slaying dragons and killing witches and, you know, and building bridges. It sounds great to us. So women might not want that in their lives, but men, hey, less work we have to do and get her, and less money we have to dish out, the better it is for us. Like in America, you take her on a date, and then on a date, and on a date, the more money you have to pay out. In Asia, it's really not that way. You know, so we don't have to do as much work. So yeah, we go to the Philippines, go out to the Proverbs, and after being out there for about 3 dates or about 3 weeks or even a week, and the girl says yes when we ask her to marry her, and she's pretty, and she's nice, and she's kind, and she's thoughtful, you know, and she's considerate, and she's gentle, and she will take care of us great. Yeah, most of us men are gonna say, yeah, I'll marry her in a second, in 1 or 2 days, and get out of the damn race, you know, chasing women all over the damn place, you know. So yeah, for us men, that sounds like a great deal. Now for you women, that may not sound great if a guy, you know, is so desperate that he'll marry any woman that time comes along. But for us men, no. Okay, so I think I addressed everything about poor and helpless. We're taking advantage of poor, helpless women while we're being going on sex tourism. We're being thirsty. Or we're going out there, you know, wanting a girl who's gonna want us because she'll pick any guy. Yeah, but that's because you guys don't understand how men are built. If you women understood what we have to go through, especially when it comes to getting a woman, then you understand our point of view. I mean, we gotta build ourselves up no matter what we do. The better girl we get means that we have build up our education, build up our money, build up our physical selves in terms of looks, physique, and everything else. If you women had to go through all that stuff to build yourself up to get a better guy, then you understand that what you guys are thinking is twisted or thirsty or wrong wouldn't be. It's just the way it is. Okay, that's about it for this video. Adios.